Glad you're back. This one affects all of us. It's been almost an entire year since Georgia's hands-free driving law went into effect. Every day, at least 9 Americans die and 100 more are injured in distracted driving crashes. Now, according to a 2019 AAA survey, 77% of Georgians are aware of the law. More than 80% think it's dangerous for someone to drive while texting or emailing, but still, more than 60% say they still see motorists texting or emailing behind the wheel, or even doing social media. So joining me now to talk about this, Dr. Charles Wilmer from the Medical Association of Atlanta, who says physicians actually want to do more about this. Dr. Wilmer, thank you so much. I know you're seeing the after effects when they, end up presenting in the emergency rooms.
Absolutely. The problem is most people don't see it coming, and all of a sudden a car comes into the side of their door. Next thing you know, you got broken ribs, you're fighting for your life, and you're wondering what happened. This is a chance to save all that pain and suffering that we see by just getting people to be more cognizant of leaving their cell phones in the hip, getting to their destination, and then answering the phone.
I don't think people realize that you physicians, you doctors, were at the forefront of the legislation to make this illegal to do.
Yes, well, actually I have to give the patients the credit. We wanted to be a servant, and so we went to our patients and said, give us something that you want the Medical Association of Atlanta to do. And they came back and said, get the cell phones out of people's hands. This is crazy. And we said, we don't do cell phone business. And they said, I thought you went to medical school to save lives.
Wow.
And so we said, that's actually a good point. Okay, we'll help you. So we actually had people who were citizens who had lost loved ones go down to the legislators, talk to them, make the case, and we stood behind them. And we got all the doctors in Georgia to join with us with the Medical Association of Georgia. And we got this bill passed, and I'm so proud of our legislators for doing it.
And at the time you did it, were other states on board as well?
Very interesting. There are only 15 other states in the country that have done this. In the Southeast, our guys were the first and the only ones at this point of 8 states together with us that have done this.
Wow. So you were breaking just all the rules doing this.
Well, I'm really proud of our legislators for stepping up to the plate because this was controversial. But they've already had a 4% reduction in mortality. First time in Georgia's history in the last 10 years where the mortality curve that was going up is not only leveled, it's actually gone down 4%.
Well, doctor, but we're still seeing the problem. So you guys said it's not over yet. You want to tackle it even more. What are you thinking about doing? What do you think will help?
We're going to go back to the very people who started this. We're going to go back to the patients, and we want to help them, partner with them, but we've got an epidemic on our hands. This needs to be every neighborhood, every citizen needs to be a part of this. This is like an addiction, okay? We need people to help people stop this because they're losing their loved ones. One of my best friend's sisters was killed, and she went to the movie and she didn't come home. One of our doctors, named John Harsh, stopped on a bike to help another pedestrian who had a flat tire, and he was run over and killed. 3,000 patients lost their doctor, 3 girls lost their father, and a wife lost her husband of 25 years. So this is devastating. They still have not recovered from this. These injuries and these deaths, you can't bring them back.
So what are we seeing, the worst offenders, the kids or the adults?
It's a great question because the first group, okay, the ones who just get their license, they're very attentive, so they're not using the cell phones that much. But once they, quote, got it, and they're 19 years old,
right,
then they start answering social media and we start seeing the wrecks pick up. But the problem is the people like myself, okay, the 40s, 50s, 60-year-olds, we're just as bad. And so we've got to control our behavior as well as ask them to control theirs.
It can wait. That texting, driving, it can definitely wait. Now, you all, the Medical Association, also instrumental in getting people to buckle up.
Yes.
That's interesting. Why was that? What were you seeing as far as injuries?
The interesting thing is we found that people who had seat belts didn't go through the windshield. They didn't hit the dashboard and break their necks, and so we could save them. The people who break their necks, they die on the spot. There's nothing we can do for them. And so we found that seat belts really decrease the trauma, just like airbags have decreased the trauma. And now we're just trying to prevent the wrecks to start with.
Now, interesting point. You asked me, what would I do? So are you going to go out to the public and try and work with them to see things that can be done to keep people from texting behind the wheel, doing social media? We had one little girl who was, posting on social media and driving, and it was a deadly crash. Do you want us to perhaps try and do more as well?
Yes, so I think the media has a real opportunity to join with us to get these PSAs out, public service announcements, to be a part of our community effort. I think the school educators, we need them to talk to their students, both in high school and college, and we need churches, mosques, whoever's doing this with their people, they ought to try to save their people and save their people's lives. The legislators are going to push a little harder. We want state and local enforcement to go ahead and pull these people over and go after them.
All right, thank you so much. Some important information. And join us for a special edition of Public Affairs Unpeached next Sunday morning. Glad you joined us this weekend. Go to our Facebook page to learn more and give us some ideas. Have a great day.